There are many good and bad genres in gaming, but they have one big problem. Most of them are not unique, so today we're going to be narrowing down 40 different genres to just 10 to figure out which one deserves to be crowned the perfect genre. We will also look at the best game in each category. Now, let's get straight into it. At number 10 we have simulation games. If you're unaware, this genre aims to bring this scary real-life world to your screen, most of the time anyways. Now, I think this genre deserves the top 10. Why? They're fun. Who doesn't want to try and flip a house and design it without worrying about the real financial risk? While there's a lot of games I enjoy in this genre, like House Flipper 2, The Escapist, and surprisingly Supermarket Simulators, there is one game that really sets itself apart from the rest. And also, this game is nominated for Game of the Year. You probably heard of it before, it's Balatro. This is a simulation game about cards. Yeah, I wasn't excited to play this game either when I first heard of cards, but once you give this game a go, you start to understand the hype this game gets. The gameplay is never the same because of the jokers and unique concepts this game has to offer, which honestly makes the gameplay very addicting. And it does the main thing this whole genre aims to do: fun. While most of the games in this genre are very grindy, which is not a problem if you want to avoid your real life problems and focus on your in-game problems, but for Balatro the rounds go pretty quickly. When you start getting good at the game as well, it does feel pretty rewarding. So for me, Balatro is by far the winner in this genre, and House Flipper being a close second just for the relaxing gameplay you get. And when you finally build that house you've always wanted to build since you were a kid without spending €2 million, it's very rewarding. I think simulation games are great overall. They're really fun and addictive, that I think everyone needs to try for once in their life. But the next genre only has games that just wants you to suffer. It's the horror genre. Horror games can be one of two things depending on who you are. If you enjoy a little spook, a little scare to get the adrenaline going, you will love horror games. But if you don't like that, horror games are your worst nightmare. And that's the beauty of it. Whether you hate it or you love it, horror games are always good fun. And there's definitely been some standouts for me over the last couple of years. Whether it's a goofy horror game or a game that isn't supposed to be a horror game but it secretly is, looking at you, Monica, there has only been one game that has genuinely terrified me: Outlast 2. Yeah, this game had me on edge the whole time. It's messed up and horrifying, the true horror experience you want. With plenty of jump scares to get the blood pumping as well, Outlast is really good. The horror genre in general is great, but unfortunately there has been a lot of bad, so that does take it away a little bit. But if you put that to the side, the horror genre is amazing overall, and is well worth your time, if you want to be jump scared or if you just want to conquer a fear. But if you're not able to hack horror games, you can get your adrenaline somewhere else. It's the fighter genre. Everyone recognizes this genre. It's been around for centuries, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, and Street Fighter being some of the best in the genre. I also think overall this has to be one of the most competitive genres ever, with a very wide skill gap. Especially after trying to learn Homelander's moveset on Mortal Kombat, my hands look like SpongeBob's. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, actually, this is my personal favorite in this genre. I used to play it a lot when I was younger. My most played game from the series is probably Mortal Kombat X. The Friday the 13th collab was crazy. He was so overpowered, if you remember that. I still love playing Mortal Kombat to this day, even if I get my ass beat, but it's very rewarding when you pull off a good combo. Overall, the fighter genre has a special place in everyone's heart. I just think there's better genres out there overall, like the next one, being the unique genre. Only a few games can really meet the requirements of this genre. The game needs to break general boundaries and introduce something truly unique, which is rare, but there has been some games that have really shaked up the market and maybe changed the world. I think you know what I'm talking about. The main one is Minecraft. It needs no introduction, we all know it, but this game broke the barrier for genres, pretty much making its own whole new genre. There's been lots of groundbreaking games over the years, but there truly is unlimited potential in this genre. So we'll see 10 years from now if there will be another world-bending game like Minecraft. Now let's have a look at possibly the most popular genre from the bunch, and it might be your favorite as well. It's the action genre. Now if you've just played one game before in your whole life, you have definitely played this genre. It's very easy to get into. Your game just has to have high intensity with fast-paced gameplay and maybe a storyline as well. It would be criminal to not put this high up on the list, so I think 6 is a fair spot for it. With all of the millions of games in this genre, I think one really shines. It's the most action-packed game ever, and the world is going crazy about it right now. It's GTA, obviously. Everyone has heard of GTA 6 right now. That trailer's gonna get about 1 billion views, I reckon. This might be the biggest game in the history of gaming ever. GTA has everything when we look at the action genre. While it fits into almost every genre across the board, action fits it best. From the combat, movement, story, fighting, and just the over-the-top gameplay, it really is the perfect fit. Now, the only reason this genre isn't higher is because honestly every game can make it into this category, so it isn't really unique at all. And I think later on in this video there's more unique genres out there that stand out more. But overall, GTA is by far the best game for the action genre and might be the most well-known game ever. But the next one is the least known genre that I think is actually better. It's the indie genre. I think indie games are actually more enjoyable than the massive AAA games out there, and definitely deserves its spot in the 5th place. Now, if you don't know anything about indie games, they're made by smaller teams with maybe only one person working on it. These projects have passion and can be life-changing. There has been many indie games over the years that have blown up. A very good OG one would be Undertale, but I think the best indie game is Hollow Knight. The story, gameplay, and combat is amazing in this game. It has a really unique vibe that is at the heart of all these indie games. That makes it better than the last 5 genres we've just looked at. You really can't beat a good indie game. And overall for the gaming community, indie games are essential to help shake up the AAA companies a little bit, because most of them are just making slop after slop for €80. That always sells. But it's really special when you see a game like Balatro, made by one single developer that takes the world by storm, which makes it the most unique genre on this list. Now, while indie games are mind-blowing, let's have a look at a genre that has been around since the 70s. It's the FPS genre. Everyone's comfort genre. I just have to put this in the top 5. Everyone knows and loves these games, experiencing the action firsthand through the eyes of a person we play as. Now, there has been many games from this genre, and I can really go to any of them, but my personal favorite is OG Halo, specifically Halo Reach. There is no game that has done the FPS genre better than Master Chief. That's why he's in the thumbnail. When you mix a story game with an FPS aspect, you have a high chance of succeeding. This genre is very competitive and is overall the most watched genre out of them all, mainly because of COD, which is a close second for me, but the thing I love about this genre, it makes you feel so immersed in the world, almost like you're there, making the experience feel very personal. Overall, this genre is nearly perfect, but we still have the top 3 to look at. But before we get to that, if you're enjoying the video, if you could subscribe, it would mean the world to me. 98% of you aren't subscribed, so let's try and change that number. Thank you for watching in the first place. Let's find out the top 3 genres that I think are better than the other 40 contenders. Now, we've all been waiting for it. At big number 3, I have the one genre that has unlimited replayability. It's the roguelike genre. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I love games with a good bit of challenge to them. And I can't lie, I love games with a bit of luck, so putting the roguelike genre high was a no-brainer for me. The main features a roguelike has to have is every time you die, the game changes drastically. Maybe the environment, weapons, bosses, abilities, no matter what it is, but nothing should ever be the same. If you haven't tried a game in this genre before, there is a lot of amazing ones out there, but my personal favorite is Dead Cells. This game has the funnest and most satisfying combat I've ever experienced. And this game is not easy at all. Like I said, if you die, you start back with basically nothing. Only if you made a good bit of progress, you can unlock new abilities and things to help you out. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, this game was made by a very small development team, making it also an indie game. It's crazy to me how fun this genre really is. I think it really deserves the number 3 spot. There is also a game coming out in 2 weeks, you might have heard of it, being Elden Ring Night Rain, which looks like it's going to be the best roguelike game maybe ever. Overall, roguelike games are fun and unique, with lots of replayability. I'm really excited to see what else comes from this genre, but up next is truly life-changing. That if you've been around for a while, you know how much I love it. It's survival games. I know some of you may be very surprised by this, but for me, survival games have a real special place in my heart, and they should for you as well. The best survival games out there put you into a hostile environment with only you and your knowledge to help you. And like I said earlier, I love challenging games, and let me tell you, this genre has its challenges. My personal favorite survival game that just ticked all the boxes for me is DayZ. Every time you load in, you feel like you've started a whole new experience. You won't really enjoy survival games unless you love looting and exploring, because most of the time, time you're just looting and trying to survive. But one of the reasons DayZ is so good is because of the combat. When it does happen, it's the best out of any of the other survival games. And trust me, I've played a whole lot of them. DayZ is also first person and third person, so you really feel immersed in the game. And with all the different encounters and people I've met in this game, I have to say DayZ is up there as one of the best games ever. So overall, the survival game genre might be a little hard to get into, but once you do, it gets addicting and that's all you want to play. If survival games are the second best genre, well then what is the best genre ever? We've looked at the least popular genres to the most popular, most unique, all leading up to the #1 spot. This genre truly is groundbreaking. It's the RPG genre. Yeah, that's right, no genre will ever be as good as stepping into someone else's boots and going through a long, hard-fought journey. It has it all: action, storytelling, and unique characters to bring a game to life. To make a good RPG game, there should be a way to level up and progress. Your choices you make actually have consequences and lead to somewhere, all while having a beautiful world and immersive experience. The one game that did it all for me is Elden Ring, and this game and genre really is perfect. Elden Ring is a game that after you beat it, you change as a person, with millions of builds to choose from, hundreds of bosses to beat, and plenty of cool weapons. This game always takes the cake for me. Amazing combat system that feels rewarding after finally beating that boss you're stuck on. You really can't beat it. It seems every year there's a new 10 out of 10 RPG better than the last. Now overall, all of these genres are amazing. I just think RPGs just can't be beaten. But do you agree with me? Let me know down in the comments. I'm sure some of you guys are not going to like these rankings. Thank you for watching till the very end. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a sub. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you once again. Peace.